My name is Alexander Simpson, and today we're going to be talking about chapter 6, which has to do with communication and paying attention and listening. So I always know when I'm being listened to just based on simple body cues. You can tell someone's paying attention, or you can tell someone's kind of disassociating away from what you're saying. Eye contact is one thing. I mean, I'm not great at making eye contact either, so I understand if someone's not necessarily looking at me as I'm talking to them. But it is always nice when someone does. Because that's always a great assure that they are listening and actively understanding what I'm saying, or at least trying to. A good head nod, a good simple, just like shoulders up, just kind of like actively listening, kind of responding to things that I'm saying, agreeing with small things that I'm saying, or disagreeing, or making little comments that kind of show that they are keeping track with, even if it's long or short, whatever I'm saying, even if it's important, not important, just kind of a way to tell that you can keep in track and that you're trying your best. Because I have ADHD, so sometimes listening to stories is not my forte, or listening to long pieces of information. It's not what I'm strongest at. And so I always have to make sure that I'm in my own head listening, listening when people are talking. I always try to make sure that I take bits and pieces of what they're saying and try to like understand the bigger picture. And I always respond with things like, yeah, or I agree, or I'll respond to a small part of what they're saying. Just kind of make a little comment, even if it's not that important. It just shows that I'm actively listening. Because sometimes when I feel like I'm not being listened to, it doesn't affect me too much. It only affects me when I'm at work and it's important, because I know what I'm doing at work. I know I've been a barista for 3 years, so I know what I'm doing. And I think since I'm a little bit younger, sometimes people tend not to listen to me as well, especially customers, which is fine. Customers aren't going to listen to you all the time. I'm totally used to it. It's totally fine. But there are many times where you'll try to explain a certain process or a certain concept or a certain price raise, and customers immediately think they're always right, which isn't the truth. I mean, it's how we go about our business, but it's not necessarily how it is. So I always feel like I'm being least listened to when I'm talking to certain customers, because they believe that they're right all the time, which is fine. But it's just when it has to do with something important, like why something's more expensive, or why they're not ordering something correctly, or why we can't do a certain thing, or a certain request that they have. That's when I feel like I'm being the least listened to by a customer, because in their head, they are immediately right. So anything that I say, no matter how hard I try to explain it or anything like that, it will like immediately go to a I'm wrong kind of mindset, because I'm just the barista. So that is something I've noticed, and that is times that I feel like I'm not being listened to. And it doesn't feel amazing, but I think since they're just customers, it's expected, and it's something that I've grown to be more than used to. So it doesn't hurt me too much.